It's time, friends, yet again. It is time for a cheek declutter. These are all cream cheeks. I thoroughly expect to get rid of at least a handful of these. Now, I took some B-roll. I filmed another video where I was swatching some of these on my cheeks and decided to just work that content into this video. So some of these you're gonna actually have a video of me putting these on my face. Some of them you're just gonna have to take a swatch and we're gonna have to live with that. And it's fine, we will get through this. It's gonna be a long, enjoyable video. So settle in with a drink, make sure you've got a snack, and we're gonna do this. I am tempted to just dump everything onto the table and start pulling. And I might do that once I get the Salt New York stuff out of the way because I don't want these to smear all over my table. I'm gonna keep most of my Salt New York and Hannah Louise Poston products. So I've got Oyster Fig, Nimue, Teasel, Old Gum, Waxwing, and Orchid in these two palettes. I also have Taupe, which is the best contour shade for me, and N12 in the Sneaky Balm. This is in my Project Pan. If you saw my base product collection video, you would have seen that in there. All of these are gonna stay. I'm gonna declutter Corduroy and Anise Seed. They're just too dark for me. Maybe I will see if I can pass them on to a friend. Chances are I'm just going to clean them out and recycle the pans. The rest of these I'm going to keep, and moreover, I'm going to keep them in this palette. I really like having this palette. Oops, maybe not sticking my fingernails into products. I really like, you know, coming into my workspace and having this palette staring at me. It just feels more approachable and less ominous than this. I have so many of these that I tend to lose focus about I tend to lose memory of what's in them because they take more than just a second to flip open. That doesn't mean I don't like these. I like these a lot. But just as far as memory goes and remembering to use what's in them, I like these better. So that's 8, 12, 14 pieces of makeup that I've already decided to keep. I'm not going to sort these by bronzer, highlight, and blush. I'm just not. That's too much work. And this is going to be a lot of work. Okay. I think I want to start pulling things that I know I'm going to declutter. Things like this tulip tint from Phytosurge or from Bloom Effects. This is gonna go. RMS Spell. I love this blush. It's such a pretty color, but she smells really, really bad. Yeah, kind of like an old waxy crayon with nasty perfume. It's when your makeup starts smelling like expired crayons, that's when you know it's time to let it go. And at the same time, I'm going to pull out things that I know I'm going to keep and love. So both of these Merit Beauty blushes, I have Stockholm and Bespoke. These are going to stay. I love these blushes. They're such a pretty formula and the colors are gorgeous. I'm going to hang on to 3 of my 4 Rare Beauty blushes. I'm gonna let Encourage go. I don't know if it's got too much gray, but it feels like a bruise. I don't feel like it blends out that nicely. And it might just be the undertone, but I don't love it. I don't. The rest of these, I have Hope, Charm, and Virtue. These are all lovely, and I'm going to keep them all. This is the Pudair blush in shade 4. I bought this in a recent K-Beauty video. I don't love this. It's gonna go as well. I don't know, I don't think it's the formula. I think it's more the color. I just don't love this. It's a yellowy orange, and in comparison to my other warm cheek products, this one just doesn't hold a candle. Not against Danessa Myricks, not against Virtue from Rare Beauty, not even the Vive Sunset Blush Balm in Rosé. This is gonna stay too. So this one is gonna go. And it's new enough and in good enough shape that I can pass this along to a friend. I'm gonna go ahead and clear out all 4 of my Phytosurgeon's bronzers because I know that I'm keeping these. They each have a time and a place. Shade 1 I use just about every time I do my makeup. Shade 4 is a gorgeous rosy blush. Shade 3 is perfect on me for middle of the summer. And shade 2 is a really beautiful cold weather wintry bronzer. So they all have a place and they're all gonna stay. I would be remiss if I got rid of this. If I ever decluttered this, consider it a cry for help. I don't ever want to declutter the Chanel Baume Essentiel. It's so pretty. Look at that shine. Ugh, it has spoiled me for every other cream highlight. Oh, Danessa Myricks. I know I talked about this with the K-Beauty blush. This is so different. I never would have picked this out for myself, but I do like it. I've worn it a handful of times. The formula is nice and blurring. It's soft. It does dry down. And it does something really special to my skin tone. It really just brightens everything up. This is, by the way, this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blush Balm in Bellini. It's really pretty. All right, my Bosma blush is in my project pan. I have been working on her. We have been making progress. This works best with a sponge. I tap it over whatever else I'm wearing and it just brings everything into harmony. And it means that I'm using a product that's in my project pan a lot more. I have 2 Charlotte Tilbury Matte Beauty Blush Wands. These are both going to stay. I might at some point pan Pillow Talk because it is so close to being done. And that is when I would have to examine whether or not this is essential enough to my collection as to whether or not I should replace it. There was a time that I thought I can't live without this, but I have so many beautiful rosy beige blushes and there are so many beautiful rosy beige blushes on the market that I don't know if this is as essential as I thought it was. Pink Pop is kind of the same way. I like Pink Pop. I'm going to finish it, but I don't know if it's necessarily one that I would replace when I finished it. I have learned the hard way that buying replacements before I'm done with something really doesn't do much. It encourages me to speed through what I'm finishing, and then I don't get as much joy about opening a new one. There's, you know, I learned that with one of my Rowan quads recently. So we're gonna finish these and then I'll make a decision about replacing. Mario, this is my Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Skin Enhancer. So this has been through the ringer, and that's because I use it. I use it a lot. It is one of the prettiest cream bronzers on the market that I have tried. I've tried a few. And so far, this one is my favorite. She's so pretty. This blush from Girl Cult, this is different. It really is a cream to powder. It starts off as a cream and it looks like it's not going to blend out, and then it does. It settles down to this really beautiful simmer. It just kind of simmers there on the skin. It sits and it doesn't blend into pores. It doesn't accentuate texture. It just looks like you've got a natural flush to your face. I do not love this like random dot on the lid. It makes it harder to store. I get that they were trying to do something hip and edgy and different with it. It just feels like it's too much. I would like it without this, but that's me. However, it is staying. Let's discuss some pots. All right. These are all my blushes that live in pots. RMS, this is Modest. This is gonna stay. This is gonna stay. It's so pretty. And it, unlike Spell, does not smell. It might be starting to, but I'll have to evaluate that as I begin to use it more. All right, what have we got here? So I think all three of these are gonna stay. I've used them all recently and I've had good experiences. Singe is just that perfect, beautiful pink. But just for my mental state, I know these are not going to be similar. Oh, they're incredibly dissimilar. So this is Charlotte Tilbury, that's Phytosurgence. Charlotte Tilbury definitely has some white to it, whereas the Phytosurgence doesn't. So here, we'll do a little hand swatchy. That's Singe, Ember, and Scorch. They're so different. I don't know what it is about Jason from Phytosurgence and the way that he formulates color, but they're so different. They're so unique. And this formula is just, it's so good. There's a reason I have so many Phytosurgence products. And it's because over the years, I have really learned the value of having these in my collection and having these at hand. All right, I think I have to make some hard decisions here. I love these Finding Ferdinand blushes. These are all from Khaki Reviews Beauty's collections with Finding Ferdinand. They're no longer available. They haven't been available for a long time, and they're probably starting to go bad. So this is Macchiato. Macchiato does not smell bad. It smells fine. However, I don't wear this. And when I definitely wore this. I've worn all of my blushes at this point. It didn't leave a lasting memory on me. It's not memorable. And when I think of this color, my brain goes to Scorch from Phytosurgence. So this is gonna get decluttered. It might go to a new home. I might just empty it and save the jar for like some loose powder. Who knows? But Macchiato is gonna get decluttered. I'm having kind of the same feeling about Sunrise. It is such a pretty cool toned pink. But given that I also have Hope, I have Pillow Talk, I have Petal. I have Petal from from Westman Atelier. That's not Petal, that's the blush lighter. It is Petal, but it's not the one I want. I don't know how I feel about getting rid of it, so I know how quickly it's finish. I know how quickly I can, if I set my mind to it and I use it a lot, I can finish it. Do I want to toss this in my project pan? I am going to get a separate bin. I am going to set that aside. And at the end of my declutter process, I will examine it to see what in there I want to declutter versus what I want to actually pan. These two, we have Latte and Olay. These are both going to stay. This is my second jar of Latte. I bought this one secondhand because I loved the first one and I finished it. I have not been giving this one the same amount of love, but it's there. It's really pretty. It's really easy to use. I remember using this as a base for so many blush looks, and maybe that's where I need to start again, is using this as a base layer. This I could project pan if I needed to. It's such an easy, beautiful blush for me to wear. And I know that just I can use it. This process has helped me remember the blushes I've had and loved versus the things that are newer that I'm still trying to get my head around. I need to be reminded that I have these blushes that I've had for a long time and that I want to get as much use out of as possible instead of continually buying new things. All right, we've got to talk about some highlighters. This is Lust from Ritual Defee. This is an OG. This is a long time love. And I think this is the one that I've been using instead of Encourage from Rare Beauty. I just didn't have the same attachment, and this one does what that one didn't. And it might be the formula, it might be that this one's slightly warmer. I don't know, but this is the ruddy purpley blush of my dreams. This is the Alchemist. This is a not very natural, blingy, bright, amazing highlighter that I've been using more lately. I've been going out, I've been going to parties, I've been spending time with friends, and I wear this when I go out, so I'm gonna keep it. I do want to talk about these three highlighters. So here we have Solar Flare from Ritual Defee. Solar Flare is a gold champagne highlight. It doesn't not work on my skin tone, but I don't reach for it. I don't love it. I reach for other highlighters instead, like the Chanel. That Chanel highlighter is so all-encompassing that I don't feel the need to keep this one. Now, Phosphine is not anywhere near the Chanel. And if I wanted a bright pink highlight, I know that this is here, but much like Solar Flare, it's starting to get old. And this one is starting to really smell old. Yeah, not great. It's starting to smell like old stale lavender oil. And what I've discovered is that Elodie from Ciel is the brighter, lighter pink highlight of my dreams. It's actually similar, like on my hand it looks similar to Solar Wave, but it's much more neutral. It's much more neutral, and it actually shows up as a highlight. Now, when I blend it out and use a sponge, it's not terribly clockable. It just looks like a highlight. It just looks like my skin is glowing from within. And this sets down, whereas this is a balm formula that doesn't set down. So both of these Ritual Defee highlighters are gonna go, and this is gonna stay. This one from Vive, this Skin Dew, I don't know. I don't know. I've used it, didn't leave much of an impression. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it. I've had it for so long, and if it hasn't made much of an impression by now, I'm okay tossing it. These are two blushes from Westman Atelier. One is a highlighter. Ooh, look at that. It's very pretty. It's fun. It's another one that I will wear when I go out. and the other is a blush. This is also, these are both in Petal. I got these in a little Christmas set last year because I'd heard how pretty this shade was and how multi-purpose, and it's very pretty and I like it a lot. And I like this formula. I like how it wears. I like how it blurs. And I do really like this highlight. I find that I am now looking at two different kinds of highlights. I'm looking at the ones that are very blingy and bright and obvious on the skin. And then I'm looking for those that are a little more sedate and not necessarily identifiable as highlighter. These are staying. All right, let's talk bronzer and contour for a minute because I have a few in front of me. Where do you think you're all going? Oh, wow, I have more than I expected. Okay. This cloud paint from Glossier, love it. Love this. Easy to travel with, easy to use. They really got their act together when it came to this cloud paint. It's not as super pigmented as the blush range. So this is gonna stay. All right, moving right along. This is gonna go in the I might try to pan it bin. This is from Merit. It's just, the formula is lovely. It really gives a natural sun flush, but I feel like it's just a little bit too orange. And now that I have, honestly, the Maybelline lifter stick, that's a lot cooler and just different. It's different. I find myself reaching for this over the Merit, which is strange to me, but I like them both. And I would like the satisfaction of finishing this one. The Maybelline is gonna stay. So is the e.l.f. I am using the Dickens out of this e.l.f. contour because it's so pretty and it's easy to use. I don't mind opening it, putting the doe foot on my hand and grabbing a brush. It's foolproof. It blends out so nicely. It layers nicely. I can really get like a full contoured beat out of this product. I also like Carve. It's slightly warmer than the e.l.f., but it is going to be going off shortly. I still want to keep it. I still want to keep it. The Oma has been a dear friend for a very long time, and I have used a lot of this one. This is a very sturdy contour, but it is starting to go off, and I have other contours that I like just as much. I like them just as much. And I'm finding myself not reaching for this because I know it's old and I know it's going to be going off soon. And with that in mind, it's going to get decluttered. All right, let's talk more blush. More blush? More blush. Got a good number decluttered. We'll see if I declutter any of these. All right. I honestly think I'm gonna declutter this one. This one's new enough that, again, I can pass it along to a friend. This is from Make Beauty. This is one of their cream stroke blushes in the shade Euphoria. It's fine. It's fine. It's a pretty color. It blends out nicely, but I just don't wear it. I have so many other beigey pink, peachy pink, creamy pink blushes that I don't need to keep this one. So again, I will take this and pass it along to a friend who will give it the love and attention it deserves. The Rhode I'm gonna keep. This is the Rhode Pocket Blush and Tan Lines. It looks eerily familiar to the Make Beauty. It's not. I think the Make Beauty is slightly more red, but I prefer this formula. It's not as stiff. Oh, Anastasia Beverly Hills Latte. This is one of my most used blushes from the last year and a half. It is a stunner of a blush. It's easy to use, easy to wear, doesn't attach itself to pores. It doesn't. Oh, it's just so pretty. It's creamy, it's rich. It's just all of the things you want in a stick blush. And it's gonna stay. This glow recipe, I have tried to pan it. I have used it and it hasn't made much of a positive impression. I can do without it. All right, Hindash Hardest. All right, I need to make a tough decision here. As much as I love these Hindash color fluids, they don't smell great. They smell like alcohol and stale crayons. And I do have other products that fill this role. Now, if I was going to replace them, I would probably just replace Carve because this is my favorite. I haven't used Hardest as much. I also had Thorn and I had Canvas, and I just didn't have enough use for them. I still have Boy Tears. I keep rehydrating Boy Tears with Inglot Duraline, and it still works. So I'm gonna keep it, but I'm gonna declutter these. I'm gonna make the hard decision and declutter these. And that means this last one from CL. Wait, this is a Lodi. This is Piper. Did I call this one a Lodi? This is Piper, the highlight. The blush is gorgeous. Watermelon pink blush is a Lodi. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty. All right, I want to go through my declutters and see how many I got rid of and how many do I have left. And how many am I throwing away versus how many am I rehoming? All right, I have 2 Salt New York blushes. These are good. I'm gonna try and rehome these. I'm not gonna throw these away. This Glow Recipe, I'm gonna rehome this. The 2 Hindash and the Oma are gonna get tossed. They're too old. Encourage by Rare Beauty. This is gonna find a new home, as is the Poudre blush and the Make Beauty and the Vive. I think I could also find a new home for this. No, it's not smelling great. It's really not. So I am going to be decluttering this one, as well as Phosphine and Solar Flare, Spell, and Crispa Coral. And then I have 2 in the 2-pan basket. I didn't count. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I am going to be tossing. 7 that I am rehoming. 2 that I'm panning, and let's count how many I'm keeping. 4. 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. 41. Nope. $49. 49 cream blush bronzers and highlighters. Given that the last time I counted, I had close to 70, this isn't bad. It's not great, but it's also not bad. I'm not adding anything to this. I'm not buying makeup right now. So I'm happy with a robust collection because just about anything I want, I can come in here and look for. It means I have no excuses to go out and look for makeup because I already have a lot of it. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I am decluttering, disposing of, or panning 17. And I have 49 in my rotating collection. I'm not mad about it. I'm not. I hope y'all enjoyed this declutter. If you did, please drop a like on the video, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know how you would deal with something like this. If you have any of these blushes, let me know what your experiences are. I'm always curious. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. I hope you are taking care of yourselves so you can take care of each other, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, friends. Oh, that's done.